Do you want to learn the 3 steps you need to do to create a plan to get out of survival mode? Then stay tuned, because I'm going to give you the 3 steps and 3 hacks to make sure that your plan is doable and that it's going to actually get you out of survival mode. Hey, my dear, I'm leadership development coach Kathy Archer. Please tell me that you are not doing leadership all by yourself. I'm on your team, and I'm going to teach you the daily actions you need to take and the mindset shifts you need to make to increase your competence and make you feel more confident as a woman leading in one of Canada's nonprofits. So today we're going to talk about those 3 points on your plan that you need to include. And here's where they are. Actually, before I get there, let me talk quickly about survival mode. Survival mode is that place where you are struggling, where you are floundering, you're constantly feeling like you're about to drop the ball, you're falling apart, your team is maybe falling apart, and you're just praying that you're going to make it through today, the next meeting, this week, this busy time. And where you actually want to be is thriving, that place where you are engaged with your team, feeling alive and vibrant. But how do you get there? How do you move from that place of survival mode to maybe being just okay and coping and tolerating with things to actually enjoying and loving leadership and making some really unique differences in your organization? You do that by creating a plan, and your plan needs to have 3 points. And the 3 points are, here's where I am, here's where I want to be, and what do I need to do to get there? And that's the part that we often miss. We're like, here's where I am and here's where I want to be. And we hope and we pray and we wish and we complain about not being there. But we don't actually create the action steps to get there. And you need to get clear, not just about sort of the things that you need to do, like I need to start working out, I need to go back to school, I need to find a new job, not just the task things, but also the inner stuff that needs to happen. What's the mindset shifts you need to make? I need to believe that change is possible. I need to make sure that I know I'm worthy of investing some time in growing and developing myself. You need to do those inner things. You also need to create some habits. Those habits are going to be things like, I need to work on this once a week. I need to get better at communicating. So I need to take a course, which means I need to spend 15 minutes a day on a course or 1 hour a week working on this course. You need to create some of those habits that are going to help you change. And you need to also create that really very visceral feeling of what it's going to be like when you make that change. You need to create what's called a thriving target. If you're in survival mode or in that place where you're coping and tolerating, you need to create a really strong image of what you want to get to and include the emotions and the feelings and the daily actions. Like, I walk into my team meeting and everybody's excited to get moving on the next project, or I end the day and I still have energy to make a decent supper when I get home, or I make it through my to-do list most of the time and I feel that I'm doing the most important work rather than putting out fires all day. Create that sort of target of where you're going, and then come back and make that plan to actually get there. Create that plan so that you know that you have something to use to walk you through that. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to get out of survival mode just by wishing it happens or blinking today and tomorrow's all perfect. It takes time to get there. Here's the 3 hacks to make your plan really actionable and doable. First one is make it visual. You know, whether that's with colors or with actual images. I like to draw it on a piece of paper or a whiteboard, like, here's where I am, sad face, here's where I want to be, happy face. I'm a color person, so I'll often, have lines going from here to there to actually show some of the things that we need to do. Then make sure that you're breaking it down into baby steps. Take some time to really go back and look at, okay, if there's some health stuff that I need to do, some of that work-life balance, stress management stuff, maybe you're committing to doing an app on your phone once a day that's a little bit of a 3-minute breathing exercise to help calm you down. Perhaps you are going to register for a course that you need to take. Maybe you need to look at doing some conversations with some people in your organization around your workload. What are those things? Schedule them in. Do it in tiny, tiny baby steps. Because if you just create these big, massive things like I need to redesign my career, That's not going to happen. You have to come down and break it into tiny, tiny little steps. And here's the third hack. Make sure these are things that you can do, that you are quite capable of getting done, not something somebody else has to do. So your task list, the things that you're working through, are not things like, hope this employee quits, my boss changes their demeanor, the organization gets more funding, there's a new assistant added to the hierarchy and I have more help. No. It's things that you can actually do. We talked a minute ago about, spending 3 minutes doing a breathing exercise. Sign up for this course, this correspondence course. Start getting out the door at 4:30 instead of 5 o'clock every day. So those are the 3 points on your plan. Here's where I am. Here's where I want to be. And here's what I need to do to get there. Then come back, make it visual. Make sure you're taking baby steps. And then make sure those steps are things that you are doing, not somebody else is doing. Now, there are many mistakes that women make when they're creating their plan. Watch the next video because I'm going to tell you the number one mistake that women make and the fix for it. And then I'm going to give you a link as well to 4 other mistakes that women often make and how you can correct those, because I want you to get out of survival mode as well.